There are other considerations that led to my decision. It is time for my generation to make way for younger people.
It has fallen to my generation to confront this problem.
Because there's a difference between youth and good youth. By his birth certificate, Andrew Holness is a youth. But 14 years in Parliament, I have no evidence that he's a good youth.
And what will Jamaicans expect of the new Prime Minister and his leadership? We've been finding out.
Despite the emphasis on youth during the recent leadership change in the country and the Jamaica Labour Party, not many Jamaicans believe age should matter when choosing the leader of a political party.
I said to you there's a difference between youth and good youth. I want to ask Andrew Holness. In 2005, when I was standing up at the gates of the university for school fees to go down, what was his position at that time?
I can't recall.
I want to ask him when we marched to Jamaica House against the tax package that Mr. Bolin imposed and that he was a member of cabinet supported. Where was his voice at that time?
I can't recall.
By his birth certificate, Andrew Holness is a youth. But 14 years in Parliament, I have no evidence that he's a good youth. I want to ask when we went downtown to support the vendors that were being beaten off the roads and we walked with them and came with solutions to the problem, where was he at that time?
I can't recall.
I want to ask when the teachers couldn't get paid and we made a proposal to use funds and pay them, where was he at that time?
I can't recall.
I want to ask when the nurses were crying for some support from the government, where was he at that time?
I can't recall.
By his birth certificate, Andrew Holness is a youth. But 14 years in Parliament, I have no evidence that he's a good youth. 14 years in Parliament, I don't see no evidence in the answer. 14 years in Parliament, I don't see no evidence in the media. And 14 years in Parliament, we still don't know what he stands for. We still don't know where his mind is. And I hear him saying of the solution. I want to know why in the 4 years that he has been in cabinet, he has been hiding these solutions. Even me from the PMP, why you carry solutions and say, Mr. Bolin, here's the solutions. So why him in the cabinet and he don't give none of the solutions? It looked like he was planning to get up Bruce himself.
The findings of the latest TVJ RJR Box Hill poll, which also show that nearly half of enumerated Jamaicans felt that choosing a leader of a political party should be the job of party delegates. Darian Henry has more on the poll's findings.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has been keen to dismiss suggestions that he's suited for the top job because of his age. But the matter has not escaped attention, especially since Mr. Holness is the youngest Prime Minister in Jamaican history. But it seems that age does not impress most voters. When asked if age should matter in choosing a leader for a political party, 74% of respondents said no.
And so while I cannot deny that he's a youth, there's no evidence that he's a good youth.